Hi guys, it's Mark from anypond.com, your trusted resource in the UK for ponds and water features. And today what we're doing is we're building a new wildlife pond. Stay tuned for the Any Pond showcase. What I've done is I've actually marked this wildlife pond out. What we're actually building is we're building a 3 metre long by 1.8 wide, and we're also going down for wildlife 45 centimetres. So the pond itself is 10 foot by 6 foot by 18 inches deep. We're going to have lots of shallow areas for frogs and a lot of the insects and creatures that we want in this pond want shallow water. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to put on an intake bay. So the intake bay here is basically going to be a square box. You've probably seen us do intake bays on previous ponds, and basically what we do is we sink an aqua block and a pump vault into the ground, and then what we're going to have is we're going to have water that flows all the way up to the waterfall filter up there. And also on this particular pond we're going to create a lovely mystery waterfall facing the patio doors. So the first job what I'm going to do is I'm going to start digging down and creating a level for the waterfall. What I'm going to also do is I'm going to split this particular pond build up into a couple of different videos, one for the waterfall and stream construction and also one on the intake bay construction. So this particular video will be split into 3 parts. The first video is obviously this one that you're watching, which is the overall design. Then next week what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on the intake bay and then the waterfall construction the next week. But stay tuned because I'm going to show you it all very quickly in this particular video. So there we go, as you can see I'm getting on well with the project. The sun's gone in, which is a godsend because I'm not getting burnt now. So this is basically the first layer, and what I'm going to do now is basically dig out the second layer down to about 18 inches, and also we're going to start digging out the intake bay. So I've finished digging out the intake bay and you'll see that in another video. It's coming out shortly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to dig out the second shelf. So this is the first shelf like I've said, and now we're going to go down to the 18 inches of the maximum of the pond depth. So now we've finished all of the groundwork. We've done the 5-foot stream, we've done the intake bay, and we've also got a mystery waterfall behind me, and both of those components, so the waterfalls and streams, will be in another video, and more information about the intake bay will be in another video. But this video, as you know, it's all about the pond. So we're going to go through the rocking stage in a minute, and that's when I get super excited. So we're going to start rocking the pond. We're going to use an underlay, the liner, then an overlay, then rocks, then gravel, and then basically what it is we're going to create some planting pockets. So we're getting on nicely. Most of the pond now has been rocked in. So what I'm going to do now, before I start filling full of tap water, is I'm going to wash everything down. We had a little bit of rain overnight and it's freshened everything up. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and grab the hose pipe. I'm going to wash a lot of this down and then suck it all out with the hoover, and then we can get ready to fill the pond. Once I'm starting to fill the pond, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to start working on the waterfalls. So now the pond's finished. What I'm going to do now is basically fill the pond up with raw tap water. But before, come and have a look at these plants. They're fantastic. Before I forget, we've got to put in Multi Aqua and Multi Clear. So what we've got here is we've got water soluble sachets. These are called Multi Aqua, and they basically are beneficial bacteria and they consume anything organic. There's 14 different strains of bacteria in there that all work in a cycle. And the reason why you have to put them in every month is because after 500 multiplications, they become lazy and they start eating sugars and carbohydrates rather than proteins and more complex stuff. So it's literally a case of the water soluble sachets, you just throw them in. As you can see that they've disintegrated already. And the Multi Clear, you just literally fill the bag full of water. All of the Multi Clear comes in bags now, and you just literally a case of just shake it all up, make sure that it goes into solution. It's just like putting a cornstarch into your soup or stew. You just make sure it goes into solution and then just get it in the pond and make sure all of it goes into the pond. It will turn the pond milky, but that's completely natural and it basically stops the blanket weed from growing. And the only time you need to put this in is if you've got blanket weed issues. What we do is we always put it in when we build a brand new pond, because obviously there's stuff in the gravel, there's stuff on the rocks, there's stuff in the actual tap water that we put into these ponds. So what we do is we put in Multi Clear just as a preventative right from day one. And what we normally do is we normally leave you with a couple of sachets of Multi Aqua and some Multi Clear just in case blanket weed or the sediment, it basically carries on working after we leave. So there we go, we've finished the Custon Wildlife Pond showcase, and check out next week's video. We've got the intake bait and we've got how to build a waterfall coming out, so look out for those and put it in the comments section below. What's your favourite part about this pond? My name's Mark, the Pond Advisor, and I'm here to support you dream, plan and enjoy ponds and water features. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Don't want to lean on that, that's wet.